What's more costly, waste of product or waste of time and downtime? Or
Downtime is definitely the companies. Companies
I mean, if you're going to be
already know.
producing waste, you might as well not be producing at all during that time, though. So, but
Down.
it's accounted in quality.
Here's the deal. Most organizations have a good idea how much waste they produce. Not all organizations. There are examples out there of organizations that produce so much waste and they're blind to it. But that's really the exception, not the rule. Most organizations focus on waste to begin with. Okay, that's the first thing they're focusing on. And the way they count it is for every raw material that goes in, every raw material N that goes into this machine, what is the likelihood that a finished good, high quality finished good Y is going to come out on the other side? And that's how they compare it, right? They bake certain types of waste into the process, but what they really care about is if I plan to make a good part, what percentage of the time do I make a good part? Most organizations know that number that already, even if they're not collecting it digitally, they have a good idea. I mean, what are you going to do? Hide the scrap? I mean, somebody's got to pick it up off the floor and throw it in the trash can, right? So most organizations don't learn a whole lot about quantity of scrap when you put in a digital MES system, okay? But when you put in a digital MES system, one of the first things they learn about is the quantity of downtime that they weren't tracking to begin with. And here's why. Before they put a digital MES system in, they know all the major downtime events, okay? And they know the major downtime events for one of two reasons. A, they miss the schedule, right? We're going to ship late, and they trace that back. Oh, we had 2 hours of downtime on this piece of equipment. That's number one. Or number two, they put in an arbitrary number anytime a machine is down for greater than 30 minutes. Send out this email, get on the radio, and it's super high visibility whenever we're down for 30 minutes or more or 15 minutes or more. But nobody is tracking short downtime. No one is tracking short downtime on paper. And even if they are, the operators are pencil whipping it. So one of the first things that happens when you start collecting downtime information digitally is you get actual downtime distributed over, mean time to repair and mean time between failure. When I'm running, how long do I run before I get my next downtime event? And once I'm down, how long does it take before we start running again? Okay? So the first thing that happens with a digital MES system is you're like, holy fuck, I've got a shit ton of waste in terms of lost runtime. And so you notice companies start focusing on how do I eliminate all these microstops and, how do I eliminate downtime? What happens after that, after you capture those gains, is now what I want to do is go and look at, I already knew quantity of scrap, but I didn't know quality of scrap. Okay? So that is, what is the distribution of the reasons why something is a piece of waste? So that is when I say a part is no good, why is it actually no good? Most organizations don't really know that. And the reason why is because if you collect that information digital or on paper, the best case scenario is your people are going to give you 60% fidelity in that data. Once you start collecting it digitally, you're going to have 99.99999% fidelity. And so after I've mitigated my short downtime reasons, the next thing I move to is scrap categorization. And I start fixing the reasons why my product was scrapped because of X defect, this specific type of defect.